I don't think anybody cares. I didn't know this thing even existed. Generic intro in the Doc goes me here. Back with another Scott the Woz video. And today we're doing EyeToy for PlayStation 2 by Scott the Woz. It's a little bit of an older video. I'm not really sure why we are covering this. I think maybe because we did the Virtual Boy a couple months ago. But the last video I did was It's Awesome Baby, which was his 100th episode special. I guess we kind of got to get back on track with whatever followed up after Borderline Forever, which was an amazing video, by the way. But we're doing the EyeToy for PlayStation 2. I've never heard of the EyeToy. I've never heard of the Virtual Boy until Scott the Woz. It's a little shorter of the video, but a lot of people in the comment section last video were saying I should check this out. You can check out my reaction to It's Awesome Baby. I'll leave it right up there. Also, link down below in the description. Also, on a place on my channel with all my other Scott the Woz reactions. Go in a chronological order if you want to binge watch through all of them and me learn about video games I've never even heard of and video game stuff I've never heard of. Also, react to Kadikarus right now. That's doing really well on the channel. But I'm excited to jump into this video. I hope you are as well. Shout out to the patrons. I wouldn't be able to do this if it was not for them. They get all the videos a day early. Also, we are so close to 100,000 subscribers. It is actually crazy to even think about the number being that close, like 700-ish subscribers away. Just what in the world is going on? But trying to hit it before the end of the year. If you're not already subscribed, I'd greatly appreciate if you could do so. Likes are always appreciated. I do read every single one of your comments. Leave them down below. But let's go jump into EyeToy for PlayStation 2. All right.
Hey all, Scott here. Big day for me. I finally bought a shoelace. It's really fun, and on one end we have a USB connector. That's pretty unique. And on the other end, oh damn it, this always happens to me.
The PlayStation 2 was my mortal enemy.
He needs
in
to put it in his shoes.
2003.
Why?
It was all about my GameCube back then, when all my other friends had these monstrosities with the things on the bottom of the controller.
I had a
and
GameCube.
DVD player and more games, and it didn't matter.
I was an Xbox
the GameCube
kid.
was better. I was a kid. You really just wanted to defend the stuff you had in comparison to your
Yes,
friends. It's all about
that was
being
such a thing.
superior,
Halo
and that's
versus
what
Call of
console
Duty.
wars were all about. I
Yes.
don't need to do that anymore. I know I'm more than the products I happen to own. I've grown up. I'm more
game is
mature.
that?
I don't need to resort to childish arguments when talking about why the Nintendo Switch is better than the stupid fucking Xbox One. However, even considering my loyalty to the GameCube,
Watching this on
there
Xbox
was
One.
one thing the PlayStation 2 had that made me consider adultery: the EyeToy. Bet you weren't expecting
It's
to
a
hear that
Kinect,
today.
isn't it?
3 reasons to buy the PlayStation 2.
There isn't.
1, 2, 3. Back when I was
What?
younger, the idea of being on a television was insane. That was where Nick at Night goes, not me. Even just watching home movies played back on the TV.
I was on
felt like
TV a
special
couple times.
occasion. To see
Like
yourself
local
on the screen
news.
was such a cool experience. Stack that up with putting your own content in a video game. I love the whole idea of making my own video game outside of the act of making my own video game. I squealed over in-depth character creators or stage builders or just having the ability to put more personal touches in a game to truly
Wendy's?
feel like your own. Couple these two desires together and we have ourselves a product 7-year-old Scott pointed at in the store.
Eventually, I found a PlayStation 2 at a garage sale for $10, an EyeToy at a GameStop for $2, and an EyeToy game for $1. I have never made back that investment.
So the EyeToy, it's a
Wow.
webcam.
I'm not one to lie.
It plugs into the PlayStation 2 via
You're a
USB.
webcam.
You can adjust the angle, adjust the focus.
Oh,
It's just
wow.
a webcam
I
for the
can
console,
already
but
tell
with a
that
little bit
that's
of
that
love,
plastic.
You can use it as a camera for your computer. You can use
You
the
shouldn't.
EyeToy as a shitty flashlight with 2 LEDs on the front. One blue to denote it's on, one red to tell you to turn on some lights. Oh my god, and it also has a built-in microphone. I've eaten things more complicated than this. It's a no-nonsense camera for the PlayStation 2. And that's all it really is.
What
There's
is
a
the
silver
resolution?
revision of it out there, and that's all
Ooh.
there is to say about that. But you didn't buy an EyeToy for the bumper sticker, you bought it for the games. While the EyeToy itself wasn't technologically advanced, it was all about how games utilized it. I mean, standard
Did it
webcams
actually
can
have
do some
support?
crazy stuff. You ever use Photo Booth on Macs? Like humans
No.
made this? So let's see just how the games utilize the
I've
camera.
never used a Mac.
Well, let's put the GameCube in the closet so it never has to witness what I'm about to do. There were a total of
That's a
25
PlayStation
games
2?
that required the EyeToy, with only 8 of them releasing here in North America. Yes, officer, I have all the North American EyeToy games.
All
Now,
of
there
them.
were a bunch of PS2 games that supported EyeToy, but it was totally optional and was just for
It
putting your
wasn't
face
required.
in the game or extra minigames or whatever. The EyeToy launched on November 4th, 2003 over here in a
Ooh,
box that is
2003.
fucking terrifying. It's watching me. Alongside the camera, the game EyeToy Play was included, so let's give this a try
EyeToy-
first. EyeToy Play will never die. It's one of those worthless PS2
What are
games
the-
you
what is the
always
cover
see at used
art?
game stores and thrift shops, going for the low price of please take it. This is supposed to be a textbook example of EyeToy usage, a game that shows us what EyeToy is capable of. So what exactly can EyeToy do?
Nothing.
Like I said,
Oh,
this is just a
it's
stupid
useless.
webcam. The games do all the magic here. We get this introduction video to EyeToy giving us the rundown as to just what exactly we're supposed to do with this. Clear the space, step back a bit, put yourself in the center of the screen. If we want to close out of a game, cover up the camera to avoid the
You have to
NSA,
walk
and
up to it.
does state we can technically cheat in EyeToy games by standing relatively close to the camera, but where's the fun in that? It's me! This is EyeToy Play. To select
the
any options on the menu,
resolution.
you have to hold your hand over and say goodbye. This is a collection of 12 minigames, and they are as follows. Beat Freak, bang to the beat, makes me feel like a Neanderthal. Kung Fu, a game that makes you look like a fucking nutcase to anybody entering the room. Wishy-washy, clean the windows.
That's actually kind of cool.
Soccer craze, keep the ball bouncing with your head, but the EyeToy doesn't know what that is, so use any appendage. Boxing champ, just punch the air.
It's not
Again,
picky.
great for my reputation. UFO juggler, you juggle UFOs. Is there anything else to explain? Is there? Slapstream. You see, I can go on for hours talking some Slapstream, but the PlayStation 2 froze while playing. Plate spinner. Keep the plate spinning and from falling over. They are really stretching the definition of the word play here. Disco Stars. It's Simon Says.
It's basically the same thing with the same like format.
Ghosts. Mirrored time. So with this one, you have to select all the good icons, but the game messes with the perspective to make it more difficult. Game design students, take note. This is how you make an EyeToy game. Finally, we have Rocket Rumble. I gave up at this point.
EyeToy Play.
Yeah.
I really like this one. Most of the games I got the gist of under 30 seconds, and they went on for over 2 minutes. I know I'm going to be seeing a lot of people saying, "Oh shit, did you hear what Scott said about EyeToy Play?" Doesn't matter, okay? I don't care about the backlash. It's my opinion.
Well,
I don't think anybody cares. I didn't know this thing even existed.
It's Beat Freak. It's Beat Freak! I mean, if you really wanted a rhythm game for this thing, which equates to you just moving your hands around, I mean, this does the trick, but you already sort of got this thing in the game packed in with the EyeToy. Sega Superstars?
So Beat Saber could run.
Tennis and Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing? That series actually started as an EyeToy game, and what better way to get somebody comfortable with the peripheral?
Well, if Choo Choo Rocket's here, then I've gotta trust it.
Sega Superstars is... let's see, I got a tattoo of this because I'm going to be saying this a lot and I have to remember it. An EyeToy minigame collection. 12 minigames based on Sega games, and we have a lot of variety here.
Why is there a soccer player?
The Dead, all bases are covered.
Wow, that looks
similar.
similar.
In the Sonic minigame, we move our hand around to control Sonic running through the
I did like Arrow's video on Shadow.
Super Monkey Ball's a bit more interesting. You have to tilt your body back and forth to go through some simplistic monkey ball courses.
That doesn't look bad.
This wasn't the worst. Now, do I prefer this to a regular monkey ball experience? Samba de Amigo! Hope you didn't buy EyeToy Groove because I have bad news for you. Virtual Fighter. Hope you didn't play Boxing Champ and EyeToy Play. Crazy Taxi.
It's all the same thing.
You get to control the taxi. No. You have to grab the attention of the taxi driver by going effing nuts. House of the Dead. Remember Kung Fu and EyeToy Play?
The same thing?
Yeah. Space Channel 5. Remember Disco Stars? Choo Choo Rocket. Leave the bridge up for the Choo Choos, lower the bridge for the Kapu Kapu. Billy Hatcher. This game didn't make it to the PS2, so I hope this is good enough. Virtua Striker. You can't have Sega Superstars without Virtua Striker. Pollo Pop Fever. This one's actually pretty neat. You have to use your body to guide Pollo Pollo pieces into the right color.
What are these words?
A bit more calibration than usual for the EyeToy games, and did a solid job detecting my body. Knights. This is another fairly impressive EyeToy game.
Battlelands Wonderworld.
Like flying to get through the level. I didn't really want to play much more than 30 seconds of this, but Sega, you made the EyeToy fans proud with this one.
That was okay. It was fairly well made, and I found it to be a lot more fun than EyeToy Play. But I'm starting
the
to see
bar
this
is so
trend
low,
where it feels like developers only had like 5 ideas for EyeToy games, and they all just made the same.
What can you really do?
Whatever Sega can do, Nickelodeon can sort of kind of do. Nicktoons Movin. Yes, finally, I can be on screen with my favorite Nickelodeon stars bowling and playing whack-a-mole. This is another EyeToy minigame collection, but this is obviously made for a much younger audience. Not because it's based on Nicktoons or anything, but because these games are so simplistic and short. Like, I'm done with these things in under a minute sometimes, and the concepts are basically whack-a-mole, fix the picture, move the ship. Most of the games worked fine, but there just wasn't anything to them, and they didn't feel that inspired by the shows they were based on. Like, oh yeah, we gotta make a
It's mostly just licensed stuff.
Fucking bowling. Well, EyeToy Play came back with a vengeance.
What does everybody think when I think of SpongeBob?
I can already tell this is a much more ambitious title than the original. The games here are far more complicated and don't just feel like wave your hands around and move your head. Air guitar. You actually have to hold your hands like you're holding a guitar, strum and move your hands when it tells you to.
This just makes me feel like it could have been better if Chibi Robo's at
big guns for this. Home run. You act like you're hitting a baseball and run by realizing the game's not working right. Knockout. It's Boxing Champ, but with a twist. It's in EyeToy Play 2. Bubble Pop. Pop the blue bubbles, avoid the red ones.
I bought this.
DIY. Various minigames about doing down and dirty housework. Again, this shows how plumbing looks like that. A lot more ambitious than the first game, but DIY is not a game you're gonna say,
finally, they made a game about this.
Drummond. Wow, they made the same games this many times.
They did not have a lot of ideas.
So the way this game works is really bizarre. You have to stop soccer balls from entering the goal. But it's not like
cool. How do you slide over, though?
No. You have to shift your body left and right, and maybe sometimes you'll do so.
Do you actually?
Game.
Oh, well.
This one didn't work well for me. Secret agent, so you have to complete tasks without getting spotted or by staying still in a spotlight.
How does it go down to the bottom? How are you supposed to not get spotted?
It's as raw as it gets. Playing table tennis with your bare hands.
You're supposed to
it's
duck?
from the perspective of your opponent, but it actually works pretty okay. Kung 2, the long-awaited sequel to Kung Fu, which is to say it's Kung Fu again. I mean, why change what worked so well the first time? They saw the responses to EyeToy Play. Mr. Chef, we have to put burgers together and grate cheese.
Next game.
Monkey Bars, we have to choose which direction this thing should go in to get to the bottom.
This is fun.
So probably my favorite part of this game was the secret agent portion, so let's give EyeToy Operation
You get to, like,
Spy
go through lasers?
I had so many damn problems setting this game up. It has to scan your face to sign you in like a spy, but it barely worked. It kept flickering in and out. I'd get on the ground up close to the camera, and when it wouldn't work, I'd get up and my head would trigger the back button.
Also, how was he recording this?
All over again. I mean, this is just a little spy game, you know, like those spy things out there for kids.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
again,
I had a
like
couple of those.
was really pushing the EyeToy as a security device.
Kinda.
EyeToy Play 2 had this feature where you could leave the EyeToy running as a security camera and it would capture what goes on in your living room. That'll scare off the burglars.
Oh, fuck, he's got an EyeToy!
Well,
Yeah.
if anything, we can repurpose the EyeToy as a security camera.
Yeah,
more
really?
games.
Can we?
EyeToy Kinetic. It's a workout tool. Holy shit. You really think I'm capable
Also, they
of
call it
remembering
kinetic?
this motion? I
Wow.
mean, this works, but the fact that you can cheese the EyeToy so much makes using it as a workout tool require a lot of self-restraint.
Yeah.
Finally, we have
Reminds me of the Wii
EyeToy
Fit.
Anti-Grav, developed by Harmonix. All right, okay.
Who?
It's a hoverboard racing game, really fitting in with the rest of the Harmonix crowd. You don't even see yourself on
They
the
make
screen.
Rock
You just
Band?
control a racing game with the EyeToy. So that is the
Hockey.
entire North American EyeToy library. Now,
What are
there's
the good-
a lot more in Europe. Europe loves the EyeToy. There are over 10 million of
PlayStation
these
is really
things
popular
sold,
in Europe,
which
isn't it?
Definitely didn't.
They have their
flop,
magazine.
But nobody talks about this thing.
I think I know why.
'Cause the Kinect,
concept was
probably.
awesome, but the execution, while it mostly worked, I think it left a lot to be desired. Like I said, it feels like they only had
It's
a
a
handful of
neat
ideas on how to
gimmick
use
for,
the
like,
EyeToy, and developers
Christmas.
just kept on repeating them in their own minigame collections. Many of these games just feel like variations of whack-a-mole. Move your hand in the right place at the right time, and it's really easy to fake out the EyeToy and not actually
He looks like he's
do
having
what it
so
wants
much
you to
fun.
do.
Also,
It
why
still
is he
has some
so
charm
out
to
of
it all,
focus?
But there is almost no reason to play these games now. They are all so simplistic and short and not that fun that it just makes the EyeToy a relic from the past and not much else. But hey, I finally got the EyeToy out of my system, which means I can finally focus on just buying a shoelace. I went to the store to be continued,
get what?
and I picked up my shoes aren't ready for this kind of commitment.
Oh, wow. Okay. I had to get a Kinect when I got my Xbox One that I'm recording this on. Because I remember they're like, yeah, you can't, like, what was it? How many, for, like, the first couple years are like, yeah, every Xbox One is going to come with a Kinect. No, we're not going to sell an Xbox One without a Kinect. Sure enough, they ended up doing that. I'm pretty sure. But that thing is, I don't even know where my Kinect is. Probably at my brother's house. I don't even know. I don't even know if his Xbox even works. I don't know. He has his GameCube and his entertainment system. He has two very young kids. So maybe they'll grow up playing GameCube games, maybe? I don't know. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, no, I literally have two Xboxes right there. No PlayStations. Never had a PlayStation. So, yeah, DualShock. Like, I've held a DualShock before, and I'm just like, this feels so weird as someone that spent their entire life playing Xbox controllers. Just Xbox controllers on Xbox controllers on Xbox controllers. And yeah, holding a DualShock just feels not natural to me. But this is EyeToy for PlayStation 2. Hopefully we can get back on the story side of Scott Blood's videos now that we've done Borderline Forever. So let me know what that should be. I do read every single one in your comments. Leave them down below. If you see one you agree with that you think like, hey, that's the next one you should do, definitely like it. And also hope that you're subscribed as we are so close to 100,000 subscribers. Hopefully you have a wonderful rest of your day. But until the next video, take care and keep the music.
We were playing